lecture series of apparel costing and export documentation. First of all, let me congratulate you for successful completion of third year and successfully entering into the fourth year. This is the era where the digitalization is taking place, and this is one of the advantage, whereas the learning can be at your comfort. So, in this semester, I am going to teach you apparel costing and export documentation. This is one of the very important subject while considering various facts and cost figures in terms of the business. Okay. So, this subject will help you to give the inner dynamics about how business works and what are the various important principles with respect to the business of apparels, textiles or the spun yarn goods also. Okay. So, So, in this subject, we are going to discuss about various concepts related to the costing of the textile materials and in general also. And in this, the unit 1 is mainly focused about the cost accounting. Okay. How the costing will be done and what are the elements of cost, and these things we are going to learn in this subject. Okay. So, let me welcome you again to the new semester and this new subject. This is Siva Jagadish Kumar M and Faculty of Textile Technology in the Vignan University. Okay. Let us continue our topic today. In Unit 1, we are going to discuss about the syllabus as like this. Introduction to cost accounting, what is cost, what are the principles, various principles involved in cost, and what are the different types of cost like fixed cost, variable cost, semi-variable cost, what is the cost of conversion and differential cost. Likely there are various concepts. And similarly, elements of cost, that means the direct material cost, direct expenses, that means either direct manpower or direct materials. Okay. Then indirect materials and indirect expenses. Similarly, the overheads, all the indirect expenses are referred as overheads. Out of them, the production overheads, administrative overheads, selling overheads and the distribution overheads, and all these things with examples we are going to discuss in this class. And also we are going to see various components of the cost sheet, okay, in this unit. Okay. So, in today's class, we will just see the brief of the entire unit 1, and in the further classes, we will discuss much in related to the various of these elements. Okay. So, the costing principles. Generally, the costing comes under the cost accounting. Okay. So, there is a difference between the financial accounting and management accounting. Financial accounting means what is the profit, what is the loss, and where are the various terms means which is mainly related to the CA, means the chartered accountant or the accountants which will give. Whereas the management accounting is, they relate basically upon the what is the top line and what is the bottom line. Top line means what is the total revenue which is generated, and the bottom line is nothing but what is the final profit we are going to get. Okay, I hope you are understanding this. Bottom line and top line. Top line is nothing but the total revenue generated, and the bottom line is nothing but the total profit generated. Top line is total revenue generated, bottom line is total profit incurred finally. Okay. So, the cost accounting is in between these two. Okay. Financial accounting and management accounting. Okay, so in between these two, the cost account will come into the picture. It basically deals about what is the cost of either process or product. What is the cost of either process or product? Okay, so let us take any of the example. Okay, which example do you like? Maybe let us take a garment industry itself as an example. Okay, so there may be various people involved. Okay, managers, HR manager, marketing manager, merchandising manager. Okay, these salaries will be there, and operator salaries will be there. Okay, so what happens in terms of the financial accounting? What will happen? The entire wages paid to the people will be covered. Okay, management accounting. What will happen? We do not know. Means exactly what is the total? Maybe 2 crores or 4 crores, something like that. Whereas the cost accounting, which is differs at, okay, how much per minute cost is going to be, something like that. Okay, in case of a process case, or in case of a product cost means whatever the raw materials we are obtaining, and we are making different types of outputs or the products. What is the cost of that specific product? That will be counted in case of this cost account. Okay. Okay, you will understand fully as we go on further. Okay, let us see. So, cost and management accounting, it provides the management with cost for products, inventories, operations or functions, and compares actual to predetermined cost. Means we expect that this would be the cost, but in reality, while making the products, what is the actual cost? Actual versus the planned cost. That will be done by means of this costing. It also provides a variety of data for many day-to-day decisions as well as essential information for long-range decisions. Okay, let me give an example. So, in a garment industry, many people will be working, isn't it? Okay. So, we know that we will calculate either SAM or SMV. SAM is referred as standard allotted minutes, and SMV is related that standard minute value. Okay, for each garment. Let us assume maybe a shirt will consist of 20 SMV. Okay, 20 minutes. Okay. So, what is the cost of production for this? It depends upon. That's why we will be requiring. What is the per minute cost of this factory? Per minute cost of the factory. Okay. So now the per minute cost may vary between 1 rupee per minute to 3 rupees per minute, depending upon the various perks and other things which are going to be given for this. Okay. Now, what is happening? So this per minute cost is one of the very incidental or very informative information, so that when as a merchandiser or somebody during the costing meeting where the manager is along with the customer, he needs to quote the price and close it as and when. Okay. So what happens if we have the exact information that what he is going to incur per minute cost? Okay, so accordingly, he can quote the best price to him and he can back that to him. Okay. If he does not have that information properly, then what will happen? He may end up into the soup. That is, stating that either if he quotes high, he may not get the order. If he quotes low, he need to pay from his pocket. Isn't it? So that is the reason the cost accounting is very, very essential, especially in terms of the apparel manufacturing industries. Okay. So in case of spinning and all, let's say any of the different processes, let us calculate. In case of spinning, the raw material will be there and then the conversion cost. So what happens is there is not much difference and we can predict the cost very easily. Okay. So, but in terms of fabric, it is slightly volatile. In terms of the textile wet processing, yes, we can predict it. Why? Because we will be knowing, say for 5% shade, what sort of chemicals we are going to incur and other things. But only thing is that the reprocessing cost is quite higher in case of the wet processing. So we will standardize like say 50% or 70% depending upon the industry to industry again. Okay. But in terms of garments industry, what happens is the efficiencies we cannot predict. That is one of the biggest loophole or biggest problem in terms of the garment industry. So what happens, we will be requiring a lot of data and what is the permanent cost, and that too section wise. What is the cutting cost, what is the garmenting cost, or what is the finishing cost, what is the warehousing cost, what is the inventory cost, what is the logistics cost. Similarly, then the merchandiser or the marketing department people can predict what will be the exact cost. Okay. Once we know the cost, then only we can quote. Okay. Obviously, if you expect a 10% margin in whatever your investment and if you are doing, nobody will object that. 10% is quite reasonable. Okay. If you are incurring 100 rupees, charge 110 rupees. It is not a problem. Okay. But if you are costing, the actual cost you are going to incur is 100 rupees and you are getting only 70 rupees or 80 rupees. So what happens? The industry is in the losses. Certain times, of course, in order to maintain the relation between a few clients and all, you might need to maintain this one. But it should not be a consistent parameter. Otherwise, what will happen? You will make sure that that industry will get locked. Okay, the lockdown. So costing is one of the very essential, and it should be the people who are going to be having the real-time data or what you call, they should have the proper information so that this information will be helpful to make the day-to-day decisions. Okay. So maybe the management wanted to give certain incentives to the people or maybe bonus. Based on what it will do? Of course, the cost accounting will come into the picture. So, I hope you got the basic glimpse of it. Let us go further and you will understand much more things in this cost account. Okay, so this apparel costing and export documentation subject is one of the fascinating subject and it is quite interesting. Why? Because at the end of the day, everybody wants money, isn't it? So even if you later 1 or 2 years before, after this year, you may join into some of the factory or some of the industry. So obviously, why you want to join? Basically, to earn money, isn't it? So money is everywhere, and which is one of the essential thing in terms of the manufacturing of the goods, isn't it? So apparel costing is related to the money. Okay, if you get the profit of 100 rupees to the management, maybe they will give a 20 rupees to you as an incentive or maybe an increment. Okay, so that is how you can increase your salary also in terms of the industries. Of course, that is one of the tip I am going to give, but it again depends upon various parameters. Let us stick to this subject. So now, the functions of the managerial accounting or cost accounting is consisting of these parts, 3 parts. One is determining the cost, how much cost is going to be incurred. Okay, and then the providing relevant information for better decision making, like what is the permanent costing, what is the logistics cost. Okay, I hope you are aware of the INCO terms. INCO terms are international commercial terms. Okay, maybe you are exporting to one of the vendor somewhere in Australia. Okay, so the Australian buyer is there. So you are selling on the basis of FOB. Okay, the INCO terms majorly 4 categories which are there. One is Ex-Works, one is FOB, another one is say CIF, and the third one is DDP. Ex-Works means maybe I am the manufacturer, so I hold the responsibility until my warehouse only. That is what is Ex-Works. Okay, and the second one, what is that? FOB means free on board. Okay, maybe I am sending through through boat, okay, or through sea shipment. So what happens? Until the goods are loaded into the nearby port, okay, maybe Chennai port or some other Mumbai port based on the location and based on the frequency. Okay, until the goods are loaded into the vessel, okay, the sea transport vessel. Until that time, I will hold the responsibility as a manufacturer. That is referred as FOB. Okay. And CIF is nothing but cost, insurance and freight. Okay. In case of FOB, what will happen? The brand will bear the expenses for the transportation. But in case of CIF, the cost and the insurance and freight, whatever the charges incurred until the goods reaches the destination port will be borne by the manufacturer. That is referred as CIF. DDP means delivered duty paid. Okay. That means as like Amazon or something. Okay. You have given order. So what will happen? So if the person will come here and give you the delivery. Isn't it? So delivered duty paid. Okay. So whatever the consignment of the goods, until it reaches the buyer, the manufacturer holds the responsibility. That is referred as DDP. So obviously the cost will gradually increase. Ex works, FOB, CIF, DDP. Okay. So now I agreed for FOB pricing. So obviously what will happen? I need to give or I need to calculate what will be the transport charges and what will be the loading charges. Okay. If suppose I do not know that and if I do not calculate that while costing a specific garment in a lot, so obviously what will happen? I am going to pay for it from my pocket. My pocket means not the employee pocket, from the manufacturer's company. Okay, so it is a loss for it, isn't it? So what happens is, so the cost accounting should have sufficient information about the logistics cost, the cost of transportation per garment. In case of Chennai port, per garment 5 rupees. In case of Bombay port, per garment 20 rupees. Something like that. Some sort of information should be there which provides the information for planning, control and decision making and for these applications. These are the various functions of the managerial accounting, are also referred as the cost accounting. If you see, maybe the font is little small. The cost accounting system can be having two functions. One is financial accounting and one is managerial accounting. So who is the users in terms of the financial accounting? Maybe the chartered accountants and the external parties will be involved, and of course the internal managers also will be there. But in the cost accounting or managerial accounting, it is purely internal. Okay, only the managers or the internal people only are going to see about this managerial accounting. Understanding? Only internal, no third party. No need to share the information of per garment cost to any of the government agencies also. Okay, the government agencies requires that what is the total input and what is the total output and how much is the total profit at the end of the year. That only is required. Okay, it does not ask whatever the shipment you have given to Aditya Birla, how much profit you make. Can anyone will ask for that? No, nobody will question about it. It is only purely internally, based on the lot wise, the section wise, how it is going to be done. Okay. Now, the focus of financial accounting will be there in the entire business, irrespective of maybe we have 40 plants and each plant and how it is working and all is not required. The financial accounting will be having total you have 40 locations, 40 industries. Out of the 40 industries, what is the profit or loss you have incurred? That is only will be incurred in terms of the financial accounting. But whereas in the cost accounting or the managerial accounting, it will be subdivided into various clusters. Maybe unit 1, whether it is running in the profit or loss. Unit 2, profit or loss. Unit 3, profit or loss. Unit 4, profit or loss. Which one is making the maximum profits? Which one is making the losses? Okay, so there as a management, we need to create or we need to focus on the areas such that we can create a more efficient platform so that our company can sustain and grow simultaneously. Isn't it? So that is the role of the management accounting or the cost accounting. Okay, legally it may not be required, but in order to sustain in this field, okay, we need to perform the cost accounting. Okay, sometimes, so who will be doing it? Is it the costing team, or the managers, or the merchandisers? Who will be doing it? A series of all people, the costing department itself. So each job wise or lot wise, the cost need to be segregated and it need to be kept in order such that whenever you wanted to understand what is the cost involved in a specific share or specific lot, you will be able to track it. Okay. So that's why the latest ERP technologies and various other things are going to come into the picture. Yeah. So the financial accounting will be handled basically for the legal purposes, and the management accounting basically done for our sustainability. Okay. So the use of cost information in terms of the financial accounting will be product cost for calculation of cost of goods sold and finished goods at various stages, and work in progress or WIP, work in process, and the raw material inventory using the historical cost and the various information where it is there. In compared means it can be done either month basis. Okay, the time is more important in terms of the financial accounting. Okay, the time period. Okay, within this week, how much you have done? Within this year, how much you have done? Within this financial year, how much you have done? Whereas the managerial accounting, that may be even for one day. Okay, so it will be calculated on the basis of either job segments, specifically in terms of our apparel industry, and it is a job order cost. Okay, so each job order means each lot. That may be within a buyer, there may be many specific buyers also. Okay, accordingly it will be done. Okay. Now, in terms of the managerial accounting, the special decisions such as make or buy a component, keep or replace a facility, and sell a product as a special price, maybe end of season sale. We have holded too much inventory. We wanted to reduce the cost of inventory. So what we can do? We can put a special prices. Okay, we wanted to get rid of this factory. Okay, maybe we are having so many factories located. Okay, one may be located in one area which is not at all doing good, and we do not have a very good control over it. So what? By means of this managerial accounting, what we can do? We can have an idea whether we are going to earn anything out of it or not, and so we can make a decision that yes, we will sell it off. Isn't it? So the non-financial information such as defect rates, percentage of returned products, and on-time deliveries, these things will be kept in terms of the managerial accounting. These are not at all required for financial. Okay. Then the second point is in this unit is one is the elements of the manufacturing costs. Okay. So it can be generally divided into direct materials, direct labor, or factory overheads. These are the manufacturing costs. Apart from this manufacturing cost, the transportation and distribution cost, marketing cost, all these things also will be incurred, and that will be the final cost. So in a factory, for manufacturing, what are the various costs? One is, say, an example of a garment industry. Okay. So the direct materials are the whatever comes as an input. The fabrics, the technical trims, packing trims, all these things are the direct material. Okay. Understood. Then direct labor. Direct labor means the operator costs and all. So who are directly influencing the product? They are direct costs. Okay. Maybe a watchman is there for the apparel industry. Well, he cannot be considered as a direct labor cost. He can be considered as an indirect labor cost. Okay. Then factory overheads includes all costs related to production other than direct material and direct labor. As like the sweeper costs, or maybe the wages paid to sweepers, security people, insurance costs, or the wages paid to the marketing manager, merchandising manager, all these things. Now, direct and indirect, there are two things which we will go into as of at this moment you can understand that there are different categories of costs which are incurred at the manufacturing stage. Okay. Then these materials like direct material, direct labors and factory overheads, this is referred as prime cost, okay, which are generally calculated even the layman's also. But the other costs are missed by many of the people where we need to take the special consideration. Okay. So this is referred as prime cost. If you exclude the direct materials from this, then what will happen? It will be a conversion cost. The direct labor plus factory overheads together will form the conversion cost. Okay. Prime cost, conversion cost. Now, the flow of manufacturing cost, direct material, direct labor and factory overheads, okay, then work in process, then finished goods and cost of goods sold. Okay. So, the assets are referred as WIP and finished goods. These are the assets, means we will get money, right? And the expenses are once the goods which are sold, those are the expenses. Now, basically there are two types of systems are there. One is the job order cost system, another one is process cost system. Okay. Job order cost system means we will take a job order, we will purchase all the materials and everything and we will complete the job. That is the job order. The output consists of a special or custom-made products and provides a separate record for the cost of each quantity of these special or custom-made products. Okay. Example, garment industry. Okay. Process cost system. Accumulate cost of each department or process in the factory. Okay, maybe a lathe house is there or machine manufacturing unit is there. So what happens? Certain machines may be requiring a special finish and certain may not be required. Okay. Or similarly in terms of a garment processor is there. Okay. So they will do either washing or bio wash or some of these things. So what will happen? Per garment, that is the process, right? So only for that process how much cost is going to be incurred. That is the process cost. Okay. Then the job order cost system, basically the prime cost and work in process account, then the job cost sheet and finished goods account will be managed. So in terms of the process cost, direct labor and factory overheads of first process, second process, third process. Okay, this is the process cost. So this will be done when all the process sequence will not be held in one position. Okay, maybe a garment unit, but it will be go out for washing. Okay, something like that. Then the standard cost system. So which uses predetermined standard costs and the job order process. So this also will be used very mainly in terms of the cost systems. Okay. The cost object. It is an activity, means what is the object, like the cost of operating a HR department in a company. Okay, that is a cost object. Okay. So cost is actually what is the cost incurred in terms of the HR department. Okay. The next one is cost unit. So what are the units? Okay, in terms of say you are buying a yarn. Okay, what is the unit? While purchasing a yarn, is it meter? Kilometer? No, right? It is on weight basis, per kg. Okay. So similarly, a knitted fabric, per kg. Woven fabric, per meter. Understanding? Maybe you are buying milk, per liter. Understood? So this is the cost unit. Then the cost classification, mainly as we discussed, direct cost and indirect costs. Indirect costs are nothing but the overheads. Then we will discuss these direct costs of these materials and other things in the further classes. I am just showing what we are going to discuss in the next classes. So we will take various examples of direct materials and direct labor, direct expenses. Then what are the various indirect costs which are involved, like indirect material, labor and indirect expenses. Then the examples for these things, okay, indirect materials and the distribution of various what is prime cost, what is conversion cost, what are factory overheads, what are planning and distribution overheads. All these overheads also we will consider. Okay. So these are the things I am just showing to you so that you will have a rough idea. So in the next classes and all, you will be having what will be done. Okay. So again, the behavior, fixed cost, variable cost, semi-variable cost, stepped variable cost. Okay. So all these things will be discussed in the further classes. Okay. So I hope you understood the importance of costing in the apparel business, costing, and what we are going to study in the unit 1. Okay. So in all 5 units, we are going to discuss about various functions which are going to be involved in terms of the costing of various textile products. It is not, since the subject name is referred as apparel costing, it is not that only the costing of garments we are going to discuss. Whereas the costing of raw material for these apparels are also as much important. So what happens? The apparel costing involves the fabric cost. The fabric cost also involves the yarn cost. So we are going to discuss in detail about all the textile substrates or the materials which are going to be incurred, even the costing of buttons, zippers, all the accessories and various documents which are required for export operations also we are going to study in this subject. Okay. So I hope we have learned something new today. Stay safe. Thank you for patient listening.